Coming to you live and virtually from the Columbia University campus in New York City and around the world. Welcome to Columbia College Class Day, celebrating the class of 2021. Thank you so much for joining us from Morningside Heights and from around the globe. We see you wherever you are. While we may not be all together in New York City, we are united by our Columbia College bonds. Because this is Columbia College. And this is Columbia College. And of course, this year, this is Columbia College. Columbia College Class Day, featuring guest appearances by Dean Valentini, the comic stylings of Senior Class President Maryam Elsayed, student speaker Sonia Mahajan, surprise guest appearances by Rory, Inflatable Rory, plus an inside look into the behind the scenes.
Come on. I need you to blow these up. Got a New York City mask for you.
Okay.
Dog paw?
Well, I do have dogs, and I am a dog lover.
Ooh.
Plus, a behind the scenes.
Tent wall fell down in the middle of recording, and then we had a pigeon land on the podium. You also love glitter?
Totally.
Love it.
This is me.
This year's alumni keynote, Maryam and Peebles, featuring a musical performance by the Clefhangers. And now, Columbia College Class Day, celebrating the class of 2021. Happy graduation, class of 2021. Roar, Lions, roar!
Columbia Class of 2021, you are one of a kind.
Unprecedented, you might say.
Your junior and senior year asked more of you than to just study hard, contribute to campus life, and ace your exams and papers.
As if that weren't enough.
Last March, you went global, then virtual.
Creating virtual backgrounds. This is not virtual, this is real.
Learning Zoom chat etiquette, and most importantly,
wrestling with how to learn, how to connect, and how to grow during one of the strangest periods we all might ever live through.
And you made it.
You made it.
You made it.
And we, more than 53,000 college alum, are filled with admiration at what you've accomplished. You've earned your Columbia College degree, but you've also learned so much more.
you're better for the experience, and our Columbia community is better for having you join us.
Today, we welcome you to your new community.
A community of Columbia College alumni who have the potential to be future friends,
neighbors,
mentors,
colleagues,
advocates, and much more. We are standing by you every step you take into this next phase of life.
You only have to ask, and we'll be there.
We promise to have coffee when you reach out,
reply to your emails when you have a question,
introduce you to a connection that moves you forward,
give you feedback on a business pitch or an application to grad school,
Refer you to a good accountant or the best restaurant we know.
and to raise a glass with you at a future reunion, homecoming, or local alumni happy hour.
I hope those happen soon.
We are here to lift you up in this next chapter of your Columbia College life.
Columbians are full of grit.
Always have been.
But you've shown us the definition of that word.
and we are so proud to call you fellow alumni.
So from the class of 2009
to 2006,
Of 1996.
2016.
1996.
1991
1988.
2009
1989.
to the class of 2021, congratulations. Roar, lion,
roar, lion, roar, and wake the echoes of the Hudson Valley. Fight unto victory evermore, while the sons of Knickerbocker rally round Columbia.
It gives me great pleasure to extend my warmest congratulations to the class of 2021.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, class of 2021.
Congratulations, computer science class of 2021.
I want to congratulate you on behalf of the entire department.
And I look forward to many amazing things that you all will achieve.
You will graduate and move to lead the nation and the world in uncharted territories with verve, audacity, caring intellect, confident science, and liberating imagination.
You guys are an amazing class. We're going to miss all of you. We hope you come back and visit in person, none of the Zoom business, and we wish you all the best.
Congratulations, class of 2021.
מזל טוב, בוגרי מדעי המחשב.
Bravo, bravo, bravo. We'll miss you at Columbia, but we'll look forward to the wonderful things you'll be doing post-graduation.
May the force be with you.
A Columbia student is powerful. A Columbia student is courageous.
These are really excellent students who are all really smart, but they're just regular kids, I guess. And I was like, oh, I'm not that much different.
It changed how I behave as a student. It changed how I behave as a person. So I'm really thankful for that.
What are the things that matter in life? How is the work I do here gonna enrich my life?
I just felt like, oh, wow, I really want to see what the rest of the world has to offer.
Got to see more people from different cultures.
I play basketball here, so a lot of my teammates are from outside of New York.
The day that I got my acceptance letter was actually on April 1st, saying that, oh, I got into Columbia.
This must be an ad. It can't be an acceptance video. And then it said congratulations, and I was just really shocked.
And my mom opened it up, and she just started jumping around, and that's when I knew that I got in.
I'm first in my family to go to college, so first generation, so it definitely meant a lot for them as well.
Being a lover of music, a musician, a producer, interested in art, I felt like New York would be a space in which I wouldn't just be learning about things in the classroom.
There are no words to describe what it's like to walk through those gates. I wish I could have shared it with my family.
Going to a place with so much history everywhere, it was like, wow, this really has the same feeling that it looked like on video.
I remember driving on to College Walk with all my stuff in the car.
Everyone's cheering and screaming, and I'm there with my checked bags and bungee-strapped plastic tote. In my freshman year dorm, we had a great group of people working to build community.
Being part of BSO on campus, a Black student organization, and being in a Malcolm X lounge, those were two real sites of community.
I think that's a very key aspect of Columbia experience is the theoretical, philosophical foundations that you get through core.
I struggled to ask for help or be okay with not knowing the answer, and that was something that I had to work continuously, and I'm still working on it.
I had to be okay with not knowing what was coming next.
Being a student athlete is all about taking what you learn in both fields, as a student and an athlete, and applying it.
Learning to listen. Lots of active listening skills have been built these past 4 years.
Columbia is tough. You get a lot of work. There's a lot that's expected of you, and there are students here who, you hear them talk in class and you're like, I didn't have that thought. I didn't get that from this reading. So this is difficult, but I'm going to be better for it.
I was a very shy person. Getting on stage, meeting new people, one of the favorite moments I had in Columbia.
It was really nice to be able to come to Columbia and meet people from all over the world.
And I really learned that people want to learn more about other cultures.
I think our class has gone through a lot, and I think that it has really brought us together.
A lot of thinking, a lot of reflecting.
Out of nowhere, I had to come back home and go to my childhood bedroom and take Zoom classes.
Wow, like with everything going on in this world, that like we can still learn, but also be kind to each other and be human.
I haven't been as challenged in my life as I have in college, and I think it's made me stronger.
We learned a lot, just trying to build a better life for yourself despite the circumstances.
I've still grown so much, like each year.
One thing that you bring to this world, you bring a sense of higher calling. Even if you might not know what the exact path your life is going to take, you have an idea that you want to make an impact. Whether it be your local community, whether it be your country, you have a high calling saying that, okay, I could do better to make our community better. And that is definitely a thing that Columbia has taught me. And I think Columbia has taught for many of my peers. And I think that's a really transformative experience. However big, however small it might be, you can have an impact.
Welcome to Columbia College Class Day 2021. Welcome to all our graduates, their friends and family, our faculty, and Columbia administrators. Not by choice are we in this virtual format, but it is most assuredly our choice, our desire, our insistence to celebrate the achievement of you, our graduates, and to share this celebration with those who have been so important in your lives before and during your years in the college, no matter what the situation. I share the virtual stage today with several distinguished and accomplished people, but it is my distinct pleasure to have the opportunity to begin our celebration by introducing one of your classmates, a most distinguished and accomplished person, Sonia Mahajan, the class of 2021 student speaker. Sonia is a political science major with a special concentration in sustainable development. As project manager for her Sustainable Development Capstone team, she worked with the Westchester County government to link siloed communities and inform the expansion of their community garden initiative. Please welcome your classmate, Sonia Mahajan, our Class Day student speaker, who will provide some inspiring and reflective words.
Good morning, Dean Valentini, President Bollinger, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, friends, family, and alumni. Thank you all for working so hard to make a safe graduation possible during these strange times. And of course, congratulations to my fellow students in the Columbia College class of 2021. While I know many of us are disappointed that our senior year and commencement are remote, we should all be proud of how much we have accomplished during a time in which everything seems to be unprecedented. Our first year at Columbia may seem like it took place in another world. When we're meeting your friends and family was considered a safe activity. But one thing that has remained constant is how much so many of my peers want to do good with their lives. From the first moment I stepped on campus, I remember being awestruck at the sense of responsibility so many of you felt to change the world for the better. I was, and continue to be, even more in awe of those of you who already are. Throughout my time at Columbia, I have met founders of successful nonprofits, co-authors of influential research, and many, many others whose kindness, generosity, and sense of humor made our dorms, dining halls, and libraries a better place. So, like many of us, I was devastated to learn that I would not be returning to campus for my senior year. We missed seeing tree lighting on College Walk, snowball fights on the lawns, late night study sessions at JJ's, and watching beautiful New York City sunsets from the top floor of every Columbia building. Instead of living with our friends in an EC suite, many of us spent our last year of college living with our parents in our childhood homes. Hi, Mom. And while I still loved attending my classes over Zoom, interacting with my professors, and yes, even doing the readings, what I missed most were the people I had met within the 116th Street and Broadway gates. In our freshman year, we scoped out our favorite spots in beautiful Butler Library, celebrated our first snow day, and comforted one another when we felt homesick. In our sophomore year, a little less new to Columbia and a little less scared of the subway system, we began to develop our own traditions at our home away from home. Catch-ups at the Hungarian pastry shop, trips to the Met, or in my case, weekly movie nights with my floor mates. In our junior year, we began to leave our permanent marks on campus as leaders of clubs and publications, organizers of marches and petitions, and mentors to the same tiny first years I can't believe we once were. It was then, of course, that the pandemic hit. But although we were physically far from our Columbia College community, I was pleasantly surprised to find that we remained as emotionally tight-knit as ever. After we were sent home in March of 2020, friends, acquaintances, even random students on Facebook all reached out. I virtually attended game nights and book clubs, club meetings, and professors' office hours. We surfed Low Beach via virtual backgrounds and held floor bondings over Zoom. While of course it was a far cry from normal, I still felt that Columbia bond, the same love, kindness, and drive to do good that surrounded me on campus. Even from afar, my classmates set up mutual aid funds to help the students hit hardest by the recession, assisted with research on COVID-19, kept isolated seniors company over FaceTime, checked in on friends, and did their best to help first years in the class of 2024 find their own sense of community in these challenging circumstances. Our socially distanced senior year, while far from ideal, has in some ways offered me a glimpse of what the coming years have to offer. Those of you who are on campus will soon be heading off in a multitude of directions. Soon, we will all live in different cities, states, and countries. And while we are no longer Columbia College students, but rather alumni, it is wonderful to know that our bonds will remain just as strong, and our passion to do good just as intense as when we were all together on campus. We've been told more times than we can count that we are graduating in unusual circumstances. And it's true. Never once in our freshman year at Columbia did we imagine that we'd be graduating during a terrible, deadly global pandemic that has lasted over a year. Now, more than ever, there is a need for people committed to improving this world. As we begin our real lives beyond Columbia's gates, I encourage every student present today to keep at the front of your mind that spirit of civic responsibility and drive to do good that I so admired during my 4 years here. If the relentless dedication I've seen these past few months is any indicator, you already are. Once again, Congratulations to the Columbia College class of 2021. Roar, lion, roar. I would now like to introduce Cristen Kromm, Dean of Undergraduate Student Life, who will recognize some of our outstanding classmates with distinguished class awards.
Sonia, thank you for those inspiring and uplifting words. And I thank all of you in the class of 2021 for your passion and dedication to our community. Now, we turn our attention to a few graduates who, like Sonia, have inspired and uplifted our Columbia community during their time here. In each class, there are students who distinguish themselves and their school through superior academic accomplishments and service to others. Over the past few weeks, in a variety of virtual ceremonies and celebrations, we have recognized students who have been particularly gracious with their time and talents. Students whose efforts have enhanced our Columbia community in so many ways. Let's pause a moment and recognize those students who received academic or athletic awards and prizes, were selected as senior marshals, were honored with a Multicultural Affairs graduation or National Residence Hall Honorary Cord, Res Life Pin, or were recognized at the Leadership and Excellence Awards ceremony or other celebrations. We applaud your commitment and abilities and are grateful for your contributions to Columbia. I am fortunate to have known and worked alongside so many of you. We now turn our attention to recognizing individual members of the graduating class with Class Day awards. It is a great honor for me to present our first such award, the Charles M. Rolker Prize, to Clauderie Jones, whose classmates have deemed them worthy of special distinction for scholarship, participation in student activities, preeminence in athletics, or any combination of these. Clauderie is from Ewing, New Jersey, and is majoring in anthropology with a concentration in human rights, while also studying pre-law. Clauderie greatly values diversity and inclusion, and during their time at Columbia, has promoted the wellness and community building of the queer and trans people of color, QTPOC, and women of color communities. Clauderie has served as the president of Proud Colors and as the co-president of Columbia University Women of Color Pre-Law Society. Through their time, Clauderie has significantly promoted social justice on campus by planning annual events such as a hot chocolate social for QTPOC, a voguing workshop, and queer sex education. Clauderie co-founded the Black Thesis Working Group to connect with and support Black thesis researchers and writers. All of these organizations are close to Clauderie's heart because they dedicate themselves to creating safer spaces and supporting people of color. In addition to the Charles M. Rolker Award, Clauderie is also the recipient of the Inclusion and Advocacy and Senior Marshal Awards. Please join us in congratulating Clauderie. It is now my honor to present 3 awards on behalf of the Columbia College Alumni Association. The Alumni Prize is awarded to Palm June Paik, who has been judged by classmates to be the most faithful and deserving. Baum has been involved with the Columbia College Student Council as the International Student Representative and later Student Body President. He has been an advocate and leader for his international student peers on and off the Columbia campus. With new rules forbidding international students from entering the U.S. and the shift to virtual classes, he led an initiative to protest against the rule, eventually being selected by the New York State Attorney General to speak at a press conference as an international student leader. Through his positions and involvement on campus, he has dedicated his time to advocate for a more inclusive and supportive environment for international students. Congratulations, Baum. The Robert Lincoln Carey Memorial Prize is awarded to Kayla Davis, who through a combination of leadership qualities best exemplifies the ideals which Robert Lincoln Carey sought to engender in the students of Columbia College. Kayla is recognized for her unwavering dedication and positive impact to Columbia's campus community. Not only is Kayla a senior on the varsity women's soccer team, but she also serves as co-president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, where she works tirelessly to care for the needs of all student athletes on campus. Through her position on this committee, Kayla helped bring the Helinsky Hope Foundation to Columbia to speak to student athletes on the importance of mental health. In her virtual semesters, Kayla dedicated her time to volunteer with Flypaper Tutors and Operation Backpack, making sure her impact was continuously felt in all communities to which she belonged. Congratulations, Kayla. The Alumni Association Achievement Award is given to Grace Bertelli, who is judged to be the most outstanding in qualities of mind, character, and service to the college. Over the last 4 years, Grace has made campus an inclusive and accessible place. She has held various leadership roles, including an alma mater ambassador, a resident advisor, chapter president of the Columbia Questbriggs Scholars Network, community and mentorship coordinator of the Undergraduate Recruitment Committee, training and engagement intern, perspectives on diversity intern, and student information session presenter. Over the last year, Grace increased her involvement as an admissions intern, taking on new tasks such as the creation of a college access information session, first-generation and low-income student panel, and led many of our virtual campus tours. In each of the communities in which she serves, she has been seen as a true role model, shaping the Columbia community in incredibly positive ways. Grace is also the recipient of the Edward S. Brainerd Memorial Prize. Congratulations, Grace. I would now like to invite Lisa Hollibaugh, Dean of Academic Affairs, to present the recipients of this year's academic awards.
Thank you, Dean Kromm. One of my favorite parts of the role of Dean of Academic Affairs for Columbia College is the privilege that I have every year to be on stage for the Columbia College Class Day, sitting alongside Dean Valentini and our illustrious guest speaker and our faculty. I love the experience of looking out at the class of graduating seniors and experiencing the day through all of the emotions I see reflected on their faces. Today, Dean Valentini and I are missing that experience very much, and so are our faculty. As you reflect on your Columbia experience and celebrate the great achievement of your graduation from the college, I hope that you'll be thinking about the professors and instructors who taught you, who challenged you, who supported you, who tested you, and who cheered you on. Please know that they are still cheering you on, even from afar. On behalf of the faculty, it is now my honor to present 4 awards for academic achievement: the David B. Truman Alumni Award, the honors of salutatorian and valedictorian, and the Albert Asher Green Memorial Prize. The David B. Truman Alumni Award was established to honor David B. Truman, former dean of the college, and is given to the Columbia College student who has made the most distinguished contribution to the academic affairs of the college. This year's recipient is Zachary Kimmel. Zach is graduating with a major in history and a concentration in African American studies. He is particularly interested in United States legal history, and his senior honors thesis explores abolitionist constitutional theory and legal practice in the pre-Civil War North. He has also worked as a research assistant for law professor Catherine Franke on matters relating to the institutional history of Columbia Law School and antebellum slaveholding. Committed to issues of civil rights law and policy, democratic reform, and social justice, Zach is the founder and director of outreach for Columbia Votes, and he has served on the student advisory board for the Eric H. Holder Jr. Initiative for Civil and Political Rights. Last fall, Zach was selected to represent Columbia as a presidential fellow at the Center for the Study of the Presidency and Congress in Washington, D.C. Zach has contributed to the academic life of Columbia College through his dedicated work with faculty and administrators on matters pertaining to our academic policies, first in his role as the academic affairs representative on the Columbia College Student Council, and more recently in his role as a student representative on the Faculty Committee on Instruction. Congratulations, Zachary. I am now pleased to recognize the salutatorian for the class of 2021, Sophia Montrone. Sophia is graduating with a major in creative writing. During her time at the college, she has produced a collection of short stories about women and domesticity, has begun work on a novel, and has supplemented her creative writing studies with courses in literature, art history, and philosophy. Sophia has taken an active role in Columbia's literary community, most notably as a member of and contributor to the Columbia Review literary magazine, on which she served as editor-in-chief for 2 years. Organizing open mics, panels, and contests, she's worked to create a space on campus for students in the arts. Beyond Columbia's campus, Sophia has held positions at the Frick Collection and the Joy Harris Literary Agency. After graduation, Sophia will be pursuing an MFA in writing. She is a passionate advocate for arts outreach and education, and she hopes to one day publish novels and teach at the university level. Congratulations, Sophia. I am now pleased to recognize 2 special honors at the same time, because remarkably, they are being awarded to the same individual. The Albert Asher Green Memorial Prize was established by Mr. and Mrs. Asher Green in memory of their son, Albert Asher Green, class of 1914. This prize is awarded to the senior who has been a student in good standing in the college and who has made the best record of scholarship. This year's recipient of the Albert Asher Green Memorial Prize is Leopold Aschenbrenner, and I'm also pleased to recognize Leopold as the valedictorian for the class of 2021. Leopold is graduating with a major in economics and a combined major in mathematics statistics. He is particularly interested in issues surrounding existential risks, economic growth, and the very long run. He has worked as a research assistant in the Columbia Economics Department for Professor Joseph Stiglitz and in the Columbia Political Science Department for Professor Robert Shapiro. Additionally, he's performed research in economics at the Future of Humanities Institute at the University of Oxford, where he is also currently a research affiliate at the Global Priorities Institute. In his free time, Leopold co-founded and co-organized Columbia Effective Altruism and co-taught the club's Arete Fellowship program. He has also been a member of the Columbia Debate Society and the Roosevelt Institute. Leopold was selected for Junior Phi Beta Kappa as part of the top 2% of the graduating class. Next year, he will work as a research fellow at the Forethought Foundation, after which he will attend Yale Law School. Congratulations, Leopold. I would now like to introduce your senior class president, Maryam Elsayed, who will provide congratulatory remarks to the class and introduce our keynote speaker.
Thank you, Dean Hollibaugh. Congratulations, class of 2021. My name is Maryam Elsayed, and I've had the honor of serving as your class president for the past 2 years. None of us imagined that we'd spend the last year and a half of our time in college scattered across the world, socially distancing, and interacting through screens. Normally, this would be a time of gathering and celebration, as we would all reminisce about the past 4 years and look forward to the future. In reality, this moment has turned out to be bittersweet, as many of us have endured isolation, uncertainty, and loss. Just making it through college, let alone during a global pandemic, is a massive achievement. Some might even argue that this is a greater achievement than going to senior night and still showing up to your 10-10. The resiliency that our class has demonstrated time and time again is inspiring. I would like to take a second to recognize those of us who are the first in our families to graduate from college, and those of us who come from low-income backgrounds. I know how much we, our families, and our communities have waited for this moment, and I am so happy for all of you. And to students of color, it hasn't always been easy attending an institution that wasn't made for us. But we have overcome the many obstacles in our way, determined to live as our authentic selves. We truly deserve to savor this moment and be joyful. And speaking of joy, the difficulties imposed by the pandemic cannot erase the many moments of happiness, community, and laughter that we have shared as a class over the past 4 years. As I was writing these remarks and reflecting, I was reminded of the experiences which have defined our time here. Our excitement as we first walked through the gates, the thrill of going to Souci for the first and last time, scrolling through Columbia Confessions and coming away from the experience slightly concerned about who we're going to school with, eating chocolate chip pancakes and JJ's with friends until the early morning, late night sessions in Butler where we realize that some of our classmates think short discussion posts mean 5-page essays. Gathering with friends on College Walk for tree lighting, drinking hot chocolate, and waiting hours just to get a t-shirt. I am so grateful for these memories and the countless others that we have made together and will continue to make far after. Although we were separated and forced to face unprecedented challenges, we continue to find ways to build community. Students set up mutual aid funds to support one another and those beyond our Columbia family. Members of our class organized against police brutality and injustice in the United States. Student organizations found creative ways to gather and uplift us all. In short, even though the world in 2021 is much different than we had expected, our time at Columbia was meaningful. The friends we made here, whether in a lecture hall or a Zoom breakout room, will last a lifetime. The lessons we learned will carry us into the next stages of our lives. And the people we have become are incredible. You all continue to amaze me. Of course, we could not have done all of this alone. We are here today because of the love, care, dedication, and support of many people. Thank you to our families and loved ones and the staff and faculty that have been there through it all. We celebrate you too. On a personal note, I want to thank Mama and Baba, as well as my sisters, Arij, Salma, and Sara. I love you all so much, and you are the reason I'm here today. Congratulations again, class of 2021. You graduated from Zoom University. Thank you for the laughter, memories, inspiration, compassion, and friendship that you've all shown one another. I know you will spread your light to others, and I cannot wait to see where we all go from here. I hope you're all wearing your Pantone 292 caps and gowns and feel proud of this accomplishment and of being here today. Until we meet again, roar, lions, roar! And now, it is my pleasure to introduce our Class Day keynote speaker, award-winning actor, writer, director, producer, and distinguished Columbia alumnus, Mario Van Peebles. Mr. Van Peebles began his on-screen career in 1968, steadily growing and developing as an actor in the following years. He featured in several successful films, including Exterminator 2 and Rappin'. However, he wasn't pleased with the acting roles available to people of color in Hollywood, so he delved into writing and directing as well. Mr. Van Peebles has directed films such as New Jack City, Posse, and Panther, as well as shows such as Empire, Lost, and Sons of Anarchy. His film, Badass, was nominated for several NAACP Image and Independent Spirit Awards and won awards at the Philadelphia Film Festival and the Black Reel Awards. In addition to his successful and inspiring career, Mr. Van Peebles is a proud member of the Columbia community. He graduated from Columbia College in 1978, his sister graduated from Barnard, and 2 of his children are alumni as well. We are so lucky that we've been able to bring him back again to speak to us today. Please join me in welcoming Mario Van Peebles.
I have been privileged enough to make a pretty good living in the entertainment business, where it's been my challenge to get people to enjoy themselves while hopefully thinking a little bit. And so that's what we're going to do today. I want you to imagine you've woken up in this alternate reality where people are walking around wearing masks because there seems to have been some sort of strange pandemic. And in this alternate reality, the graduation you were so looking forward to going to is had to be reimagined, let's say. Now, you spent 4 years of your life at Columbia University in Manhattan, the island of Manhattan. But you've never quite seen it like you're seeing it right behind me now, because that's about perspective. And today, this is going to be about perspective, all right? So you woke up in this reality, you see this guy there wearing this gown with the little cool crowns on it, not just because it's comfy, but no, I will be your guide through the afterlife, the after graduation life. Because, like you, I went to Columbia University. My sister went to Barnard. And 2 of my kids graduated from Columbia University, so the Van Peebles family, it's safe to say, has spent quite a deal in Columbia tuition, and you know what? It has been worth it. So, first thing I want to say is, congratulations. I mean that. You are now privileged. You are. I'm not talking about white male privilege or cisgender privilege. You have a privileged education. Let's call it what it is. You have a rich person's education. Okay, what does that mean? Does it mean you're going to be happier? No, that's about perspective again. Does it mean you'll be richer? Yeah, you'll probably make more money than those who don't have a college degree. Malcolm X talks about the cycle of poverty. And in that cycle, if you go to a poor school, you're probably going to get a poor education. You get a poor education, you can only get a poor job. And in a poor job, you're going to make poor money and live in a poor neighborhood, and you send your kids to a, poor school. And the cycle continues. And my granddad, one of my granddads, taught himself to read at the age of 14 and became a landowner in Chicago. And instead of buying a fancy car like some new money folks did, he had the foresight to send my dad to this mysterious place called college. And then my dad, years later, sent me to Columbia. And that broke the cycle of poverty for our family. So if you're a first-generation college grad, congratulations, you've taken a big step to changing your family dynamic. And if your family's done it before, congratulations again. This is huge. So you got it. Okay. Now, I want you to also imagine that now you found me. I'm going to be your guide. I have only 10 minutes to give you the good stuff. If some of that stuff is helpful to you, great. If it's not, throw it out. Here's what I'd like you to do. I want you to take your phone and quit swiping left or right on that dating app. I know you're on this. Stop it for a minute. And take that phone. I want you to interview the person that has more to do with the trajectory of your life than anyone else on the planet. And that person is you. I want you to ask yourself a couple questions and record it, all right? Record it and ask yourself, what do you think success is? What are your fears? What would you like to achieve in your life? Is the world better for knowing you? Are friends, people that you know, better for knowing you? Who inspired you? Where do you see this going? And then after you've done that, I want you to interview the people around you that would have gotten to go to the graduation. They're sitting on the couch. They wanted to wear some nice clothes. You can let them dress up and give them agency, okay? So if it's your dad or your mom or your cousin, your uncle, whoever it is that helped you get here, interview them too. And ask them what they would like for you, what they envision success for you to be like, what they care about, who inspired them. You might even ask them what they found attractive about each other. Why not? You're there recording them anyway, right? Why would you do this? Well, here's the thing. If you don't know where you've been, it's going to be very hard to track where you've gone, right? You've got to understand that, look at it, imagine this. Okay, look at it, imagine like a series of boxes, concentric boxes. And the center box is you. That's the Atman. That's you, your soul right there. Now, what's the first box you're surrounded with? Okay? The first box is your gender. Are you a boy or are you a girl? A good boy does this, a good girl does this. Are you straight? Are you gay? Okay. What's your family like? Socioeconomic group, racial group, religious affiliation. Each one of those boxes is going to dictate to you what success looks like. Each one of those, you'll be born into an assigned group of friends and sometimes an assigned group of enemies. And 90% of us never step outside of our boxes. We just accept the status quo. We don't peek over the edge and go, oh, wow, I didn't know that. We stay in our boxes. That's okay. But understand your box at least. All right, now that you've interviewed the people beside you and yourself, I want you to do something else. To get through Columbia, to get through any college, you probably had to be a nerd for books. And for the next level, to have a rich life, switch it up a little bit. Be a nerd for people. Expand your friend group. One of the things about Columbia is, yes, it was founded by the colonizers. And as Frantz Fanon says, the most powerful colonizers left behind the schools and the churches to socialize the oppressed to the oppressor's point of view. And we just went to a big old school, all right? But what Columbia has done is they've evolved and they've embraced diversity because they've realized that steel sharpens steel. When you get all these different cultures and people and races and women and men together, we're actually smarter when we're more diverse, when we're resilient. So do that in your friend group. When you were at school, if you were in the Black Students Union, you probably sat with your friends. And if you were in the engineering group, you sat with them. And that was okay at school. Go beyond that in real life. Do more than that. Start to talk to people that don't look like you, don't think like you, don't vote like you, don't believe the things you believe. Case in point for me, I wanted to be an actor and a director because I thought I didn't want to just be a job seeker, I wanted to be a job creator. I wanted to affect content in a positive way. So, noble cause, I go out to Hollywood. And I think, how long will it take me, how much money do I have to save, how long will it take me to start acting? Well, I thought maybe a couple months, you know. If I sleep on a kitchen floor, keep my overhead low, I'm not a materialistic guy. So I go to Hollywood and I sleep on the kitchen floor for 3 months. And it turned into 3 years on a kitchen floor. And I was getting a little panicky and starting to think about quitting. And then I got a break. And this guy put me in his movie, and his name was Clint Eastwood. And he didn't just let me act in his film, he let me write songs, 6 songs. He let me go in the editing room. He took me to Warner Brothers, where I got to meet the Warner Brothers brass, because he knew I was interested in being a filmmaker. He really hooked me up. And he didn't vote like me. He's a tall white Republican guy. Doesn't look like me, doesn't vote like me. And after that, I got my own TV series. And I met the producer, who was Stephen Cannell. And Stephen Cannell basically adopted me as his Hollywood son. In fact, later he wrote a book and said, "To Mario Van Peebles, my Hollywood son." In the book, okay? And Stephen gave me the opportunity to direct my own show before it was popular. And after my show went off the air, I directed other shows for him. Well, now what happened? Now Warner Brothers needed a director for their film called New Jack City. It's basically a black gangster flick, and they wanted a black director, and I was ready to be their blackologist because I was lucky. And as my granddad said, luck is preparation meets opportunity. I was prepared, and now I had the opportunity. But I got the opportunity through my very diverse friend mentor group, people that didn't look like me. In fact, when I was at Columbia, there was a kid on the basketball team, a year younger than me, named John Flock. Hung out with him a little bit back in the day, and later on, John Flock became the producer on one of my movies. Again, didn't look like me, doesn't necessarily vote like me. So expand your friend group. You got to understand that good allies come in all colors. If you want to just look at it in Machiavellian terms, don't leave money on the table. Don't leave love on the table. All right? Expand your friend group. You didn't consciously pick your mothers and fathers. You don't consciously pick your kids. And who knows who you're going to love? Your friends is the choice you get to make. Expand your friend group. Be a nerd for people. The next thing is be a critical thinker. And the nice thing about being at Columbia was they did encourage free thinking, even if it meant rethinking some of the things I was being taught at Columbia. For example, Frantz Fanon says, the most powerful colonizers leave behind the churches and the schools to socialize the oppressed to the oppressor's point of view. Well, we just went to a really big, powerful school, so what was the oppressor's point of view? Well, if you're a colonizer, you'd say, we inherit the land from our forefathers, which is a little strange because the Native Americans were already here. But that aside, you know, the Native American would say, no, man, you don't own the land. We belong to the land. We don't inherit the land from our forefathers. We borrow it from our children. That's an important difference. When I learned economics at Columbia, they said, well, the price of a wooden table and chair would be the price that you have to go to forest, cut down some trees, pay a guy to sand it down, make a table, bring it back, advertise it, and turn a profit. And then the supply and demand, the invisible hand, would dictate the price. But because those economics, from that point of view, is anthropocentric, it's human chauvinist, it doesn't value nature, it doesn't really put a value on animals or all the things that we're finding here for free, because we're not paying for them technically. It didn't value what the tree was doing in the first place. So what was the tree doing in the first place? Well, the tree was holding down topsoil. It was providing oxygen for us to breathe. It was providing animal habitat, possible medicines, and maybe a spirit. If you don't think critically, you perpetuate the status quo. During the pandemic, I had friends call me up who were in India and said, Mario, can't believe without people polluting and driving every day, the air here in India is so clear. People called me up from Venice, Mario, I can't believe it. You've got to come to Venice, man. Well, you couldn't travel if you're American. But The water here is so beautiful. We've got dolphins in the water. All the animals we fear, the rats, the lions, the tigers, the bears, none of them pollute the planet. From nature's point of view, we are the antagonists. Dr. King says we either learn to live together as brothers and sisters or we perish together as fools. And I add to that, now we learn to live together as brothers and sisters also in harmony with nature or perish together as fools. Got to change it up. We've been raised to think about GNP, but what about GNH? Gross national product versus gross national happiness or gross national healthiness. All right, be a critical thinker. The last one. Courage. Be courageous. No matter what business you choose, there's going to be some ism, some lookism, some sexism, some racism, some classism. Have the courage to change it. Step over it. Find the business you love and make changes in that business and through that business. Okay, so I'm in the arts. I looked around, I saw the pandemics of all sorts, including mass shootings. And folks were saying, well, nothing stops a bad guy with a gun like a good guy with a gun. Well, that's not true. Good guys get shot too. So I did my own film, Armed. I wrote it, directed it, produced it, acted it. I know how to do it myself. I'm not afraid to go it alone. And in my film, I play a good guy with way too many guns, and he's on the no-fly list, and he's a skewed moral perspective. And we show in Armed that if you've got easy access to medication and easy access to weapons of mass destruction, you got a problem. I looked around me, and I saw young men who were not graduating from college, not graduating even from high school. And often they were my color. I thought, you know what, I got to do something about this. And maybe they won't listen to me. Maybe they'll listen to somebody else. So I called up the somebody else's that I have access to. And they came. I called up Spike Lee, and Chris Rock, and P. Diddy, and Jamie Foxx. And we either got fellow alum Barack Obama in it, and I made a piece called Bring Your A Game. I made it 20 minutes long for kids online. You can see it for free on YouTube. I'm not making a dime from it, but it makes you rich. Don't be afraid to get into good trouble. Don't be afraid to affect good change. Now, sometimes going alone is tricky. There are going to be times when you doubt yourself and times when you should. And we want the appreciation and support of our peer group. But get out there, you can make it happen. I'd say the last thing are the three loves. Love and enjoy what you do for a living. And love and enjoy the people you get to work with. And love and enjoy what your work brings to the world. And if you get those three career chakras to line up, you're rich no matter what the paycheck. Congratulations.
Good morning and welcome again to Columbia College Class Day 2021. I know I am greeting and welcoming friends, family, faculty, administrators, and most especially you, the members of the class of 2021, who are now all over the United States and the world, many places where it is not actually morning now, but rather midday, dusk, or close to midnight. The word global appears to have its first use in the last part of the 17th century and had only limited use until about the middle of the 20th century. In 1960, the Canadian philosopher Marshall McLuhan gave a prescient statement of the trajectory of the word global and its impact, writing that electronic media would shrink the world to, quote, a village or tribe where everything happens to everyone at the same time. Everyone knows about and therefore participates in everything that is happening the minute it happens in the global village, close quote. In the first part of the 21st century, that sense of global as connecting us all together at the same time has taken on new meaning, new import, and frequent use in the phrase global pandemic. You, the members of the Columbia College class of 2021, have experienced our global pandemic in many ways, but likely mostly through loss. Some of you have lost family members, Some of you may have been taken ill by the virus. Others experienced financial setbacks in your families. And most of you had to contend with very severe individual dislocations and disruptions of your normal lives. But what all of you share is a loss of your expected Columbia College senior year experience. Expectations not met are particularly difficult losses to accept, whatever the nature of the expectation. I share that sense of loss, though obviously in a different way. Every class is special to me, and the loss of the class of 2021's senior year is no less significant to me for my having many past years and some future years to celebrate other graduating classes. There is only one opportunity for me to celebrate you. And while I cannot celebrate you in person, I assure you that today you are celebrated and you are special. You are to be celebrated as a class that displayed impressive adaptability, resourcefulness, resilience, persistence, and determination. That is why you are part of this Class Day celebration. Despite the many personal challenges and setbacks, disappointments and losses each of you has encountered, you completed your Columbia College studies and earned this most valuable degree. It will always be recognized as especially valuable for the daunting challenges presented in the year 2021. But there were some elements of today's ceremony that are not unique to this difficult year. Something that every Columbia College graduate might expect to hear from me at Class Day is, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. In the expert's mind, there are few. For those in the audience who have not heard that before, beginner's mind is the Zen Buddhist concept Shoshin that advises us to see the world with eyes wide open, as if we were seeing everything for the very first time. In a world of unprecedented challenges, everyone is a beginner by definition, because there can be no experience of the unprecedented. And without such experience, there is no expertness in the sense used here. But that does not mean that beginner's mind becomes trivial or automatic or easy. No, beginner's mind looks to the possibilities of the future, guiding choices of what to do now as the unprecedented has arrived. And it indeed requires our serious effort. It directs us to think about what we do in response to the unprecedented. Beginner's mind cultivates a mindset that anything is possible should be our expectation, never a surprise. The unprecedented is to be imagined and anticipated. Your entire Columbia College experience has been unprecedented because it is an experience unique to each of you, full of discoveries and realizations, and most importantly, a new sense of all the possibilities held within each of you. When you arrived at Columbia 4 years ago, you had ideas about the world and your place in it. Sitting in small core seminars, you were asked to speak about, advocate for, and defend your ideas, and to understand and appreciate those of others. I expect that your understanding about the world and your place in it changed in ways unexpected to you. That is good. That is your beginner's mind being developed. That recognition won't diminish the disappointments of this unpredictable senior year, but it will point the way to reframing your thinking from what has been lost to what can be done that is new and full of possibility. It was for me when I came up with the idea for the Global Columbia Collaboratory, so ably developed into a successful program by the college's Center for Undergraduate Global Engagement. It was only because I knew that you would not all be able to be on campus that I realized the opportunity for you to work in small groups from wherever you were in the world to take advantage of the fact that you would be studying and learning in Columbia College from locations all over the world. The Global Columbia Collaboratory intended to provide a forum for learning about global issues from international experts and peers around the world, and then from which groups of students would develop their own projects addressing global challenges. Perhaps only a few of you participated in the collaboratory, but every one of you will have the opportunity to participate in some kind of version of it in your postgraduate lives. And today, I would like you to turn your focus from present moment loss to future moment possibility. The modifier global will be attached to many events in the future, some promising, some daunting, perhaps even another pandemic. And your having lived through the challenging time of the present pandemic prepares you to be those who will confront the challenges of the future, with beginner's mind as your guide. As you continue your Columbia College journey beyond graduation, I look forward to seeing how you do that and hearing about how you do that frequently, in person, at college reunion and other events that make up your Columbia College journey. I have no doubt that the creativity and imagination each of you individually have developed here will enable you to meet every challenge with the same determination that you displayed in completing your senior year here. Congratulations to you, our graduates, and to your families, and to your teachers, and to your mentors, and to your advisors. I now have the pleasure of introducing a most distinguished and highly accomplished person, Lee C. Bollinger. He became Columbia University's 19th president in 2002 and is the longest-serving Ivy League president. Under his leadership, Columbia stands at the very top rank of great research universities, distinguished by comprehensive academic excellence, an innovative approach to global engagement, and this institution's most ambitious campus expansion in more than a century. He has led capital campaigns that have created ever more opportunity for students and faculty to make our contribution to our world even greater, including our newest university-wide initiative to increase financial aid for students. President Bollinger is the person who at commencement on Friday will confer on you, quote, the degree for which you have qualified, close quote. I will recommend you for that degree, but only he can confer it, and you will not actually graduate until he does. So please give a most hearty and appreciative welcome to President Bollinger.
It is an honor for me to say on behalf of the entire university, congratulations to you, the Columbia College class of 2021. We join your parents, families, and friends in recognizing and celebrating this momentous achievement in your lives. And I must add, we are admiring and appreciative of the courage and creativity you have summoned in responding to the crisis we and the entire world have endured over this past year especially. Our college experiences seem to have a special and powerful hold on our memories, but yours will be unusually marked in your minds for the rest of your lives, just as these times will be noted by others for decades, even centuries to come. My moment to speak to you at length is not on this occasion, but rather at the university commencement on April 30th. So I will save my principal thoughts and remarks for then. But I do have a few things I want to say specifically about your time at Columbia. When one thinks back over what you have been through, what you have lived through, since you entered the university just 4 years ago, it is by any measure I can think of extraordinary. I cannot begin here to recount what it has been like. Most of us come to college, focus on our classes, our majors, and benefit from the countless interactions the academic community uniquely provides to advance our knowledge, our intellectual capacities, and our general maturity into adulthood and citizenship. Outside events affect us, to be sure, but our primary lived experience is within the university. But your education has been composed not only of these opportunities, but also of the experiences of living through, of living within, one of the most consequential periods in history. Everything that has happened outside these academic gates has touched us, often deeply and profoundly. Your education, therefore, has been uniquely shaped by the times. This means many things, but one in particular I want to highlight. I don't think our minds are ever more alert or more receptive to knowledge and understanding than when we are immersed in a truly fine liberal arts education, such as Columbia provides. Everything that is within the reach of the human intellect, as it has been pursued over the course of human history and up to the present moment, is present and available to us to explore. Although the limits of time and energy mean we will necessarily only be able to grasp just a little of this vast body of knowledge, at least for these 4 years, before we begin the inevitable process of specialization and a narrowing of our mental focus, we have the privilege of living with the widest and most expansive intellectual horizon. This is, in essence, what a true liberal arts education is. When you begin to see the relationship between a fully lived life and a liberal arts education, that is most special. I'm not speaking here of just drawing on knowledge as instrumental or practical, although it certainly can be very helpful in doing that. I am thinking rather of how we integrate every part of our lives, the intellect with the experience of life, and in doing so, are able to determine the shape of our existence. The ability to draw on knowledge is the source of our power to do good things. It is also the source of simple understanding, of generating emotions of compassion and empathy, and of finding joy and solace in good times and bad. So the fact that you have been in college in this momentous period of history, while it certainly has not been easy, has given you special opportunities to see and to feel this relationship between the life of the mind and life itself. In the future, as we emerge from these crises, my deepest hope is that you will discover these benefits and be able to draw on them for the rest of your lives. Thank you, and congratulations to Columbia University's class of 2021.
And now the focus of every class day, the celebration of our graduates individually with the reading of names. In this virtual format, we have the added pleasure of seeing an image chosen by each graduate and a remark or acknowledgement or thank you to someone special in their lives. I have found this one of the elements of our virtual format that offers a new value, as I have the opportunity to view this part of our ceremony many times, savoring the pleasure of experiencing the individual success of our graduates more than just in this moment.
Daniel Aiken, Janfer Akbalut, Raisa Alam, Leopold Aschenbrenner, Noah Ethan Avigan, Bum June Beck, Sophie Baer, Seelinj Bat Erdeen, Grace Ann Bertelli, Maya Bickle, John Gregory Bickle, Emily Chapman Biggs, Casey Boynton, Alexander Brett, Madeline Brummel, Colin Burns, Paloma Castillo de Molina, Ana Chavez, Milagro Chavez Cisneros, Arusa Chima, Ana Christou, Simon Cohen, Jessica Cohen, Jordan Cohen, Matthew Cohen, Anthony Cosentino, Naomi Cruz, Jacob Dahan, Kayla Davis, Maria Grigorova Delyakova, Sofia Diorio, Basil El Rouini, Maryam Elsayed, Andrew Elzain, Bryn Ashley Evans, Misbah Faruqi, Alexander Feinstein, Tasman Fell, Paulina Ferrari, Isabella Fowler, Monica Franksix, Eli Golden, Ava Goldwyn, Jake Gray, Jessica Hecht, Eric Heiser, Alexander Hempel, Justin Henry, Isabel Herberger, Kyoko Hiroshi, Jonathan Hirschfeld, Tanvi Hisaria, Sarah Ho, Alexander Horn, Red Coltrane Ingram, Hiba Ismail, Enoch Jiang, Jenny Jin, Clauderie Jones, Emily Jordan, Sharik Jumani, Yi Chung Kang, Arena Karkanis, Nicholas Kathios, Christine Yeti Kim, Zachary Aaron Kimmel, Noah Kulik, Jerome Laraquente, Surim Lee, Leon Leeds, Debbie Leung, Ji Lin, Jessica Lin, Nicholas Loud, Tiansheng Liu, Caroline Magalles de Toledo, Sonia Mahajan, Cynthia Mao, Gabriel Matos, Owen Matthews, Peyton McCarty Seamus, Asata Mesa, Martin Anthony Meyer, Joel Myers, Isabel Miles, Christopher Mingo, Collins Mokua, Sophia Montrone, Rachel Caitlin Mao, Janeth Mutalemwa, Travis Nelson, Kendra Newman, Lauren Ogden, Cheryl Pan, Ari Paparonis, Julia Parsley, Julian Pecht, Alexander Peel, Matthew Pitcock, Clara Pokshiva, Mark Prusakowski, Aidan Reddy, Herbert Reimerman, Elena Veronique Rius, Skylar Rosen, Coco Ran, Nicholas Rubertone, Isaac Schott Rosenfield, Isabel Sepulveda, Christian Serio, Abhishek Shah, Coleman Sherry, Ahmed Sheta, Samantha Slusher, Jean Song, Nikema Stevenson, Hannah Sweeney, Nicole Tong, Crystal Taveras, Masi Tazhibi, William Tong, Kyle Tower, Maria Trefus, Julia Udell, Timothy Valancourt, Malcolm Volk, Jackson Watson, Isabel Wong, Emily Wooder, Desmond Yo, Helen Zhang, Diana Abagyan, Jane Abbott, Mohammed Abdi Noor, Samia Alami, Kayla Abrams, Zach Abrams, Alexandria Absi, Mikil Acha, Darian Akahido, Luke Robert Adams, Alondra Aguilar, Niana Aguirre, Sophia Ahmed, Ken Aizawa, Faith Ajayi, Teddy Roger Ajloni, Uwade Akir, Aisha Akashal, Andrew Alber, Lauren Austin Alcindor, Yosan Alamu, Layla Alexander, Fahima Ali, Isabel Aland, Jalen Allen, Juliet Allen, Will Allen, Ivy Alote, Berkalp Altai, Brian Alvarado, Vanessa Ambrosio, Maxwell Amsterdam, Sean Anand, Ibrahim Anabi, Nicholas Anabi, Cameron Apple, Gabriela Ekihe Quiroga, Sean Andrew Arel, Richard Aarons, Natalia Arwages, Chad Arley, Zachary Armin Klein, Zain Athar, Nia Atkins, Madison Aubie, Maria Avila Franklin, Urvi Awasti, Viridiana Ayala, Yasmin Eman, Anissa Ayub, Gabriel Franco, Keisha Bafour Ado, Marie Bain, Lex Baird, Marco Balestri, Frank Bering, William Barker, Chantel Barr, Naomi Barraza, Ana Barrios, Jordan Barry, Nicholas Bartels, James L. Barufka, Luis Batista, Zachary Bailey, Joshua Bean, Jack Nicholas Becker, Kieran Beckford, Reddate Solomon Bekele, Akoso Abiko, Alexander Belkin, Austin Bell, Sarah Bell, Anna Bellaboradova, Imani Benberry, Cody Benfield, Moti Benti, Sean Bentley, Raina Berggren, Sarah Bernstein, Jonathan B., Ty Bibbs, Adriana Bigwitch, McKenna Binker-Kozen, Sonny Birdie, Owen Bishop, William Black, Catherine Blackwell, Joseph Block, Charlie Blodniks, Viggo Blomquist, Luke Bolster, Sky Bork, Margaret Borazan, Aisha Bustani, Alicia Botero, Alisa Buscarin, Jason Bowen, Jesse Braun, Aaron Breen, Sophia Breslauer, Jack Briotti, Liam Broderick, Casey Brokema, Carolyn Broston, Estera Brown, Mikalia Brown, Teresa Brown, Randall Brumant, Jezebel Bull Briones, Alexis Bunsich, Julius Buonanno, Emma Busby, Elizabeth Bion, Dimitri Cadet, Thomas Cagle, Hadley Calloway, Maximilian Caleo, Grant Kamock, Grace Campbell, Jose Armando Carpio, Andres Robert Carr, Luis Carrillo, Cameron Carter, Zora K-Spear, Riley Casey, Matthew Serfolio, Jasleen Chagger, Nicholas Chalk, Anderson Chan, Andre Chan, Payal Chandak, Aishna Monica Chandra, Heather Shun Chang, David Charo, Vikas Chalur, Alex Chen, Arthur Chen, Christopher Chen, Claire Chen, Doria Chen, Elaine Chen, Eleanor Chen, Ethan Chen, Shue Michelle Chen, Sophia Chen, Tracy Chen, Audrey Cheng, Robin Cheng, Jack Chernow, Cheng Kim Chiang, Jason Chong, Henry Cho, Josh Choi, Solomon J. Yoon Choi, William Choi, Nasiba Chowdhury, Leanne Choi, Julian Christensen, Alexander Chu, Justin Chuang, Joshua Chun, Claudia Chung, Donian Jiang, Jacqueline Clark, Joseph Clateman, Honor Clements, Julia Cobb, Alexander Cohen, Jonathan Cohen, Josiah Cohen, Yael Cohen, Michael Coiro, Naya Koch, Janice Collado, Alexa Konomix, Citlali Contreras Sandoval, Alexandra Cooper, Amanda Cooper, Owen Cordaro, Santiago Costa Puser, Michael Couch, Mary Soledad Craig, Eva Kraus, Timoteo Cruz, Brianna Chantos, Deanna Quadra, Jessica May Quadro, Zachary Tsue Zul, Thomas Daly, Fiona Danu, Amanda Davila, Dylan Davis, Miles Davis, Esteban de las Traviesas, Isaías de los Santos, Jacob de Beauty, Eisen Declet Cruz, Anastasia Denisenko, Sophia de Simone, Husamuddin Dasuki, Seth DeVary, Sarah Isabel Diaz, Shimshon Dicker, Michelle Evangeline DiMaggio Potter, Emily DiMaulo Milk, Tiffany Dim, Vanessa Narandipon, Ishan Django Edward Dirks, Anastasia Dmitrienko, Andrew Dado, John Carlo Dominguez, Selena Dong, Hannah Donovan, Cameron Downey, Kiara Drake, Callie Duffy, Aurelian Dumel, Nicholas Duran, Hunter Dussault, Dominic Oscar Herbert Dyer, Luke Aaron Ibora, Kurt Eckrich, Nia Edwards, Thompson Eldridge, Joshua Elias, Max Ellikin, Avishai Eller, Andrew Ellison, Karina Patricia Encarnacion, Timothy Eng, Matthew Esch, Manuela Espaillat, Maria Estrada, Jocelyn Evans, Noah Evans, Zoe Ewing, Ramsey Iyer, Zaina Ezzedine, Megan Fahey, Roxanne Farhad, Nathan Farrell, Gregory Fedorov, Henry Feldman, Mary Felios, Yu Feng, Ethan Fenlon, Rupert Fennessy, Asa Ferguson, Halin Fernandez, Javier Fernandez, Skylar Fetter, Lydia Fikru, Alexander Philikoris, Zachary Filler, Olivia Fine, Harry Feingold, Alexis Fisher, Maeve Ashling Flaherty, Benjamin Flynn, Gabriella Foca, Sharon Fonville, Andrew Ford, Taylor Francisco, Ella Fredrickson, Samuel Fu, Courtney Eileen Fulcher, Claire Fur Goldberg, Jessica Fuzelov, Peter Gaber, Cassidy Gabriel, Elena Alicia Godeker, Amari Gator, Alex Patrick Gajewski, Octavio Galavis, Nakiri Gallagher Cave, Josh Garay, Tasha Gareo, Mario Garcia, Oscar Garcia, Jalile Garcia Cornell, Farrell Garcon, Devin John Gardner, Isaiah Garland, Gabriel Garin, Ashley Garrison, Nicholas Gautier, Luciano Gascon, Lillian Guile, Jordan Geller, Wilhelmina Gherkin, Matthew David Guyman, Nathan Gibbs, Zachary Ginsberg, Margaret Gleason, Adam Glusker, Matthew Goffman, Jared Goldfisher, Emma Gomez, Julio Gomez, Gabrielle Gomez Bush, Georgina Gonzalez, Jaime Gonzalez, James Gonzalez, Federico Gonzalez Beresiarchua, Ezekiel Gonzalez Camaño, Emma Gould, Sarah Graber, Alex Warren Grace, Sidney Groom, Justin Gross, Leo Grunschlag, Jesus Guerrero Ocampo, Orit Guggenheim Katz, Marquis Guillory, Moshan Guo, Anuj Gupta, Max Gupta, Rupal Gupta, Anna Gutierrez, Isaiah Guzman, Lillian Ha, Dunya Albertine Hubush, Lucas Hahn, Sophia Elizabeth Haight, Heaven Haile, Daniel Halmos, Peter Halmos, Sahi Halyo, Raneem Hamid, Noah Harouche, Dijon Harris, Sean Harris, Jack Ernest Harris, Mikkel Hassan Ali, Ali Hassani, Jeremy Havery, Carrie Hay Keller, Alexandra Hayes, Jessica He, David Hagee, Sahil Hegde, Blaine Helleloyd, Courtney Heller, Daniel Herman, Aaron Hibshush, Abby Hickman, Andrew Hinton, Ari Hirsch, Jack Hierpe, Daria Wong, Maeve Hogan, Brett Holtz, Bryce Horenbear, Isaac Horwitz Hirsch, Midori Hosoda, Oscar Ho, Victoria Ho, Jasper Howald, Alec Howe, Chad Hoyt Hayes, Diane Huang, Jeff Huang, John Huang, Keishan Huang, Andrew Nguyen, Martin Hunt, James Hunter, Maryam Hussein, Andrew Hyde, Ji Ho Hyun, Isaac Ick, Amir Idris, Rachel Iams, Zeus Islas, Ala Isa, Sydney Ito, Olga Ivleva, Annika Iyer, Betty Jackson, Juliet Jacobson, Riley Jacobs, Aaron Jaffe, Benjamin Hymes, Daniel Jang, Philip Jung, Ramsha Javid, Sally G, Julianne Jiang, Wyatt Jewett, David G, Sharon Jia, Lorraine Jiang, Asia Isabel Johnson, Kira Ray Johnson, Daisy Johnson, Emily Johnson, Maxwell Johnson, Peyton Johnson, Kara Jones, Leah Jones, Samuel David Jones, Joseph Jordan, Wan Zhenjun, Juliet Zhang, Karolina Kazmarchik, Julia Kalimova, Joshua Kaminsky, Krish Kapoor, Lal Kararslan, Mikhail Karasev, Jay Karp, Emma Cateman, Matthew Katz, Aisha Kawambwa, Stella Kazibwe, Haseya Ki, Carrie Kelly, Michael Kelly, Nicole Kendall, Travis Kennedy, Jenna Kerman, Kimia Nicole Khaledi, Hajar Khalid, Shayan Khan, Khaled Quais, Jackson Keenitz, Annie Kim, Avery Kim, Byung-seo Kim, Claire Kim, Joseph Kim, Sue Kim, Tess Kim, Tony Minju Kim, Simone Curtin, Callum Kaiser, Sean Kisyundath, Jake Ethan Flores, Yaira Cobran, Quinn Coter, Sophia Kolak, Elena Konstantinidou, Sungmu Ku, Krishi Korapati, Lawrence Kosoy, Yanni Konstantin Kunelis, Saraswathi Cowdley, Aaron Kranzler, Rose Kwan, Kareem Kubesi, Kayo Joseph Kufeji, Shefali Kumar, Evelina Korayeva, Nora Kushner Salatin, Ed Kwa-ting Xiao, Max Kwas Mason, Seth Kyriakidis, Marley Lake, Cameron Lane, Caroline LaPlaca, Juliette Larmousseau, Zoe Larrier, Juan Lasso, Jonathan Lauer, Matthew Lawhan, Dan Lee, Kim Lee, Vincent Lay, Caitlin Leach, Anna Lidetzi, Sean Wu Lee, Christina Lee, Do Young Lee, Elizabeth Lee, Sungmin Helen Lee, Jamie Lee, Jennifer Lee, Jenny Lee, Jungsu Brian Lee, Kathleen Lee, Ryan Lee, Tommy Lee, Ryan Lee Jiatek, Jorge Lee Ochoa, Michael Legan, Evelyn Leva, Madeline Lemos, Luis Lesmes, Alexa Levy, Gisela Levy, Emily Lee, Jenny Lee, Vivian Lee, Iris Liao, Nicole Liberman, Brendan Lim, Jungmook Lim, Caroline Lin, Iran Lin, Jack Ming Ji Lin, Karen Lin, Michelle Lin, Monica Lin, Maxwell Lindemann, Raphael Lippert, Avia Littman, Andy Liu, Angela Liu, Helen Liu, Gabe Yano, Diego Lamelli, Catherine Ding Long, Leonardo Lopez Carreño, Nico Lopez Alegria, Calvin Liu, Jason Louis, Chief Joseph Lynch, Chadwick Lavender McMillan, Grace McNeil, Alexander Madden, Sofia Majarova, Chris Magnani, Sedalia Malum, Emma Mayman Statmauer, Hong Kyu Mak, Kasia Melendowitz, Gorata Malos, Benjamin Jared Maltz, Catherine Elise Malice, Udain Maman Touré, Nick Manfred, Alex Zoe Mann, Nicholas Manriquez, Paul Mapara, Amna Marafi, Sanjana Mars, Beatrice Marcinkevichute, Samantha Marin, Maria Eduarda Mariniero Penteado, Annalise Maria Tini, Peter Marulis, Diego Marrero, Mary Marsh, Liberty Martin, Nathan Martin, Noel Martinez, Julia Mash, Madeline Matelli, Mark Matthews, Emmanuel Matos, Alec Alexander Morrow, Julia May, Kiri Meza, Jefferson McCarthy, Kiana McCall, Tatum McConnell, Andrea McCormick, Logan McDaniel, Jason McGorty, Marshall McKenna, Shauna McNamara, Madeline McZeal, Drazen Medina, Will Mason Mendonça, Ariana Menzelos, Zoe Metcalf, Ryan Murray, Jack Meyer, Aj Myers, Camilla Michaels, Theodore Michaels, Lauren Mitchum, Danielle McCallion, Johan Miller, Zachary Miller, Samuel Milner, Grace Miner, Tanusha Mishra, Edidiong Mafat, Sadet Mohammed, Jocelyn Molina, Nicholas Molina, Gia Monachino, Salvador Moncayo Banhaze, Sophia Monette Owens, Anthony Montez, Amy Moon, Chris Moon, Ivana Moore, Marquavius Moore, Giselle Morales, Ronald Moran, Lance Morden, Anna Morioni, Willem Morris, Cecilia Morrow, Mai Morsi, Evan Mortimer, Thomas Mortimer, Eileen Mudu, Miguel Moya, Michael Mugurwa, Trisha Mukherjee, Amy Muller, Gabriel Maltado, Charlie Louise Munns, Abigail Munoz, Joel Isaac Musoki, Ruby Mustil, Emmanuel Marunji, Elizabeth Myras, Tyler Nuttesen Gladstone, Pooja Naik, Ariana Nakla, Kelsey Namba, Zara Nakvi, Emily Naranjo, Elena Navarrete, Kingsley Nikwe, Johanna Nelson, Townsend Nelson, Agrika Neopane, Andrew Nichols, Jackson Nichols, Josh Nikolov, Alana Nordovan, Sawyer Norton, Anissa Unsugbe, Antigone Ndagunakis, Guadalupe Nufio, Eric Nunez Chera, Dominica Obelinaita, Mahir Oberai, Andre Obi, Ibi O'Carroll, Andrew Ock, Olivia O'Driscoll, Ayosile Ogudeyin, Audrey Da-Young Oh, Summer Oh, Anna Okunkova, Nora Okwara, Mary Olson, Dora O'Neill, Robert Ontiveros, Sarah Oppenheim, Maxine Ortega, Daniel Ortega Venny, Adam Osowski, Sabine Ostenville, Harry Ottensoser, Jan Overmere, Wyatt Overson, Ejanaz Osman, Madison Pack, Maria Pagani, Richard Pan, Rosalind Pan, Zoe Panis, Sean Pandiri, Ryan Pandol, Ricardo Pantaleon, Alexander Papalexopoulos, Ariella Paradise, Juan Pardo Vargas, Caroline Mia Park, David Park, Paris Parker Lone, Shiv Patil, Grace Payne, Ali Peccia, Carl Peterson, Emily Pedrick, Inbar Peyer, Dahiana Pena, Lismari Pena Perez, Xavier Peralta, Giancarlo Siniscalchi Siaca Guimarães Pereira, Alejandro Perez, Andres Perez, Anthony Luis Perez, Luis Perez, Maya Perry, Andrew Peterson, Hunter Petlansky, Anna Pettit, Anuja Farasi, Joseph Phelan, Alyssa Phelps, Lee Phillips, Christopher Philogene, Jack Pilcar, Jane Pincus, Nicole Pineda, Ellie Pinker, Vitor Gomez Pires, Anthony Piscopo, Pedro Pistoso, Karina Polanco, Jacob Polly, Drew Harris Posner, Timothy Post, Benjamin Poth, Carson Powell, Grace Protasevich, Dylan Potasic, Matthew Joseph Pugh, Sila Poole, Arjun Puri, Orola Schwan Chin, Vivian Chu, Harrison Chu, Kiki Abrama Quarm, Sarah Radway, Brittany Raffo, Sarah Rahman, Rodolfo Raimundo, Supanto Rakit, Jordan Ramos, Omar Ramos, Cesar Ramos Medina, Cassius Rathbone, Filippo Ravalli, Matthew Retchen, Tanya Reyna, Tova Ricardo, Kenny Ridwan, Jesus Rivera, Luis Rivera, John Robertson, Emily Robinson, John Robeson, Karime Robles, Catalina Rodriguez, Natalia Rodriguez, Nicole Rodriguez, Oliver Rohrdorf, David Rosado, Morgan Rose, Carly Roth, Ty Roden, John Neal Rowe, Brooks Rubin, Trevor Rukwava, Joseph Rupsik, Jared Rush, Joshua Rush, Peter Rutkowski, James Ryan, Arkady Sakyan, Noah Sablan, Thomas Sines, Ria Sahai, Niraj Sakrani, Noriza Suliano Saladino, Marwan Salam, Samir Salim, Lorenzo Sampson, Kate Kimberly Santamaria, Alejandra Saracena, Jacob Michael Sasfai, Helen Sayeg, John Scanlon, Eva Schatz, Eric Gordon Schoik, Dakota Schramm, Julia Schroeder, Caitlin Schultz, Andrew Scher, Allison Schwaznick, Christopher Scoriz, Elena Scott, Joseph Skoden, Aaron Segrin, Nicholas Seaman, Isha Selvam, Paige Santino, Madeline Sessler, Isabel Schaefer, Mohammed Shah, Isaac Shaner, Ame Shank, Star Paxton Shapiro, Anya Sharma, Mansi Sharma, Vishesh Sharma, Hifza Shaukat, Aryan Shekalian, Samuel Sheldon, Fonda Shen, Shantu Shanai, Julian Shen Barrow, Jihan Shepard, Sanjay Shim, Brittany Shin, Jay Shin, Joshua Shu, Jake Siciliano, Alex Siegel, Joe Siegel, Dawson Saratsky, Maya Silverberg, Natasha Simata-Brata, Dmitry Simcox, Ilaria Simeone, Clara Simmons, Matthew Simons, G. Hay Simpkins, Quinn Tuomanin Simpson, Roni Simsek, Karanveer Singh, Mohit Singh, Andrew Sizemore, Bennett Slybeck, Edward Smith, Marlena Smith, Vanessa Smith, Joseph Smoyer, Vivian Snyder, Matthew So, Orealua Solanke, Unjin Son, Catherine Pehan Song, Mira Soni, Caroline Davis Soper, Guillermo Soto, Zoe Sotili, Callan Ann Spiller, Eduardo Spallore, Kat Marie Sposato, Stella Spots, Pallavi Sridhar, Leonard Samakula, Spiros Stamoulis, Gabrielle Stefani, Samantha Staley, Eva Steinman, Robin Stewart, Joseph Story, Bram William Sturley, Brandon Sturm, Devin Stuzen, Sergei Sudakov, Shannon Sun, Anna Sung, Zita Surprenant, Riley Swain, Claudia Shaflarsky, Layla Tabel, Kiana Tagavi, Catherine Tack, Christopher Taktak, Serena Tam, Shirley Tan, William Tan, Ralph Tancredi, Arnav Tandon, Nick Hogan Tanner, Zar Tarapurvala, Broderick Taylor, Carlita Taylor, Henley Taylor, Eden Teferi, Anne-Marie Ten Addy, Platt Tejano, Angela Tejeda, Nigel Tellman, Deborah Teo, Daniel Terrell, Cortland Thomas, Lowry Thomas, Brock Thompson, Maria Thompson Romero, Jake Tibbetts, Stephanie Ting, Salome Tibuchava, Jordan Tomlin, Eric Tong, Sophia Onyanyechukwu Tony Ibuniwe, Giovanni Topa, Ace Torres Torres, Kathleen Tota, Giovanni Trejos, Serena L. Tripodi, Katie Trop Levy, Daniela Truong, Adrian Trustman, Leon Tsai, Samantha Toon, Mackenzie Turgeon, Chase Turner, Terry Turner, Larissa Tyree, Liska Vaintraub, Diana Laura Valcarcel Solar, Elizabeth Valenzuela, Francine Valerio, Michael Van Dynen, Orion Van Oss, Yanis Vandris, Gabriela Vassimini, Jack Vasquez, Maya Liliana Vasquez, Jason C.S. Vasiliou, Jamal Vanado, Michelle Vazirani, Antonio Vedovato, Jessica Velasco, Alejandro Velasquez Blas, Varun Venkatesh, Omar Vera, Maxine Marie Vidal Lopez, Darian Vinson, Katerina Visito, Amy Vo, Isabel Sophie von Stauffenberg, Josh William Wainwright, Kaoru Wakamatsu, Harris Walker, Grace Wall, Langley Grace Wallace, Megan Walsh, Christy Wan, Keanu Wan, Abigail Wang, Onling Wang, Bingshuan Peter Wang, John Wang, Kyle Gabrielle Wong, Lucy Wang, Michael Edward Wang, Michael Wang, Sean Wang, Vera Wang, William Wong, Madeline Ward, Emil Warrett, Max Watson, Thomas Wee, Gabriel Weinstein, Hope Patricia Weissman, Maud Weiss, Ari Wells, Henry Burgess White, Imani Whittington, Devin Williams, Ololade Williams, Sidney Williams, Jackson Williams Bellamy, Catherine Williamson, Cooper Wilson, Maya Louise Nelson Winkler, Peter Wise, Chelsea Whittick, Alexandra Sidney Wolfe, Ben Woolman, Jin Woo Wan, Elena Comas Wood, Blake Wooden, Justin Woodley, Kayla Ann Lorino Roth, Anton Wu, Erica Wu, Jennifer Wu, Karen Shah, Peter Bin Shah, Anne She, Zhou Yao She, Claire Xu, Lu Hua Xu, Owen Xu, Sonia Xu, Helen Yang, Mamadou Yatase, Brian Yen, Lily Yi, Sophia Yoder, Sam Yu, Lexi Young, Octavia Young, Alexander Yu, Ali Yu, Natalie Zadrozny, Kiran Daniel Zelbo, Sandy Zhang, Yi Chen Jennifer Zhai, Elena Zhang, Alexander Zhang, Ashley Zhang, Emily Zhang, Emily Lin Zhang, Jack Zhang, Jason Zhang, Leng Yi Zhang, Li Yi Zhang, Iris Zhao, Kevin Zhao, Kendra Zhang, Anton Zhou, Yunju, Jenny Zhu, Souci Zhu, Liz Jua, Nada Zohir, Rachel Zubli, Brianna Zuniga, Caroline Zupan,
As we close this ceremony, I express my hope that the guidance of Beginner's Mind will continue to serve you well. Beginner's Mind has been my guide for a very long time, and my experience with it is why I have emphasized it in talking with you over the past 4 years. As you start a new part of your life journey, a part during which I won't be with you, I want to share some other advice that I have also found helpful for a very long time. This advice is about those journeys that you begin today. It comes from Lao Tzu, the reputed author of the short but transformational 6th century BCE Chinese text, the Tao Te Ching. Of journeys, Lao Tzu said, "A good traveler has no fixed plans and is not intent on arriving." I won't have a chance to talk with you about that today, but we can do so when you return to campus for reunions. After you have spent some time on your new journeys, I think you will be eager to talk about it. Congratulations to you, the class of 2021 of Columbia College, the greatest college in the greatest university in the greatest city in the world. Our celebrations are not yet done. University commencement takes place this Friday. It is then that I will ask President Bollinger to award your degree, and only he can do that. But when he does, you will officially relinquish your title of current student and take on the new title of former student, becoming the newest members of the Columbia College Alumni Association. Friday evening, from sunset until 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the Empire State Building in New York City will be illuminated in Columbia blue as a special tribute to you, our graduates. And now I am pleased to introduce the most talented voices of the a cappella group Clefhangers. Please welcome them, and wherever you are, please join along as they sing Sans Souci and Roar, Lion, Roar.
What if tomorrow brings sorrow or anything other than joy?
What if the wintry chill, rainstorm or summer's thrill?
Tomorrow's the future, still this is today. Tomorrow's the future, still this is today.
Dum dum dum, when the bold teens of old wore the blue and white, deeds of fame made their name here at old Columbia. Nowadays we can praise fighting teens again. Hear the lion roar his pride, while the men of Morningside follow the blue and white to victory. Roar, L-I-O, and roar, and wake the echoes of the Hudson Valley. Fight on to victory evermore. What a sons of Knickerbocker rally round Columbia, Columbia, shouting her name forever. Roar, Lion, roar, for alma mater on the Hudson shore.